Some of these teams have the. My show got interrupted somehow. How'd that happen?
I just don't know.
I bet you the power didn't go out at Disney ESPN today, did it, Chase? Hell no. Why would they want to interrupt brainwashing you? A technical power outage can't stop Guru in this show. Forget about it. If you don't like winning, you should not be watching me. Go watch Disney ESPN. Subscribe to them. Why? What the hell are they doing for anybody?
What are you doing?
Little as possible, sir.
They don't know a damn thing about handicap. Nothing. And I'm coming after you, Disney. That's right. That's right. They don't know a damn thing about handicapping. And, good. Welcome to my show, Sportsguru.vegas. We're coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the greatest city in the world. I love Las Vegas. How can you not? Look how beautiful it is now. We have 4 teams, professional teams. We just got the Oakland A's. They're building a stadium on the Strip. So I'll get to go to some A's games. I used to live in the Bay Area, and I used to go to the A's games there, the Oakland Coliseum, which is a shithole. And now they're coming. We're going to build them a beautiful stadium here, and they're going to be happy, and they're going to win. We look at the Knights. The Knights were here 6 years. Their 5th year, they won a Stanley Cup. The Golden Knights, an expansion team, came to Vegas. By the way, they went to the playoffs. I think they went to the Western Conference Finals their first year. And it's 118 to 20 degrees in the summer. All right, Chase? So you're saying, well, Guru, how did the hot weather team win a championship? Well, answer me this, Gurus. When's the last time a Canadian team won one? And it's freezing over there, right? Because we want to play on ice. We don't want to live on it. Is that fair to say? I've gone fishing in my life. I've never gone ice fishing. I used to live in New Jersey along the Passaic River, and we'd throw out sourdough bread and catch carp like there was no tomorrow. But I wouldn't have been out there if it was, 30 below. Hell no. Forget that. So you're wondering why are West Coast teams winning? Excuse me. Why are Florida played the Knights last year in the Stanley Cup Finals? Both warm weather areas playing in the ice, supposed to be on ice. They're playing on ice. And they're both playing for the Stanley Cup, and we won. And I predicted we'd win. The Guru had the Knights. I had them in the series, game 1, game 2. And why? Because I said Florida's not going to keep winning road games in the championship. Not going to happen. Why they beat the Eastern Conference teams, I can't tell you. I lost Toronto in the series. But I thought Toronto was going to beat them, and they proved to be a bunch of chokers like usual. And so anyway, welcome to the show, new subscribers. Welcome, I've been handicapping, helping people make money for 25 plus years. Sports wagering. Yesterday was another 1-3 in the 4-teamer. That was unfortunate. Possible. It can happen. We know it can happen. And we're going to bounce back from that, Gurus. That's a fact. We always do. Guru, this is, randomness, percentages go back and forth when it comes to investing. And I don't care what you invest in. This happens to be sports. It's more difficult than other investments. That's a fact. It used to be easier. It was never easy, but it was easier. So we're dealing with a challenge. And a difficult one. But that's why I started this show. So because I knew there's a lot of people out there, they're opening a lot of betting apps on our iPhones all over the country. That's a good thing, right? A lot of new people are coming into this industry. I've been doing this since 98, helping people since then. But it's evolved, and you have to evolve with it. And I know there's a need for me, for myself and people like me. We're talking about a vast, tremendous amount of experience. So we have to know when we can come back. Why are we have to stay on track, stay the course to get our profits. That's just the way it is. And they will come our way. The other round robin we had went 2-1, but we lost the Bruins in overtime. Apparently they can't win in overtime. Now they're on the road. Okay, they cover the puck line, but that's not really good enough. That's okay. Not good enough. Got to win. But it's better than what Louisville did. Louisville cost Guru a 3-teamer yesterday. Louisville. An ACC team, right? They call the Power 5 conference, they call it. And when you're a parent, you spend money on your kids, going to camps every year, you're dropping, God only knows how much on them to make sure they're in the best position scholastically and physically, and they're in these camps, so they're there with the best coaches, former NBA players, certainly Division I college players, and they're getting all this information. You're spending all this money. And why are you doing it out there, gurus? Why are you spending a lot of money? I'll tell you why. Because you want your kid to play basketball at Louisville one day. Yes, Louisville. That's right. Kentucky basketball. Second to none in college it used to be. And still, Calipari wins at Kentucky because he's not a putz like this garbage in Louisville they hired. Garbage. Disgusting. There's fans and alumni spending hundreds of thousands, some of them, tens of thousands, giving money back to this university who hires this garbage. Why? Why did you hire him? He can't win. I said it before the game. If he loses to Arkansas State, fire him immediately. It should be in his contract. They have not beaten a Power 5 school in 9 years. 9. And they go into Louisville and they say, who are these guys? Louisville? We're from Arkansas State. We're in the Sun Belt Conference. Right? When's the last national champion to come from the Sun Belt Conference? Let's hear it. Come on. Comment. There isn't one. But apparently, you can go in to Louisville, become Louisville, and you can just win in their village with all the alumni spending money, thousands, tens of hundreds of thousands, to keep this university at a level of respect. How's that working for you? Your football team does great, right? Until you lose to the Florida State, who had a third-string quarterback. And you had a starter and you lost. Okay, but at least you made it there. I give a lot of respect. Louisville, the football team. They made it to the ACC champs. First year's head coach. This pathetic piece of shit. This coach for Louisville basketball is Garbage. Disgrace to the tradition of Louisville, Kentucky basketball. That's it. You are now going to be a bad team for the rest of the season, Louisville fans. I hope you enjoy your games. You're not even going to make it to the NIT this year. How do you like that? So, Guru's wearing his Raider apparel today because we're going to bet him tonight. That's why. Take my earplug. I'm starting to sweat. So we're going to bet the Raiders tonight. So I have 3 round robins, Gurus, today. Thank you, Chase. And in case you don't know what a round robin is, I'll remind you, Gurus. Like I do almost every show, I basically do. And you have to know. This is what Guru does every day. So we're taking the Raiders on a round robin with the Vancouver Canucks in the NHL, and then the Sacramento Kings in the NBA. Hey, Mark, what's up? I'm doing the show. Hello? Whatever. Sacramento. And they're all at home today. So the Raiders are playing the Chargers. Now, here's another coach that's going to be fired. The coach of the Chargers, right? I have no fear betting this game. Are you kidding me? We got one team who's completely given up. They're done. Their season's over. Their coach is going to be fired. He gave up a 23-point lead in Jacksonville last year in the postseason. He should have been fired after that. Okay, keep him. They did, and look how horrible they are again. So you got to find one of the best quarterbacks passing-wise in the NFL. Herbert, now his hand's gone. He had to get dislocated his finger. So we like the Raiders tonight. Why wouldn't we? And I'll be out there. Fountain Blue opened up on the Strip last night. For all you people like to come to Vegas, we have a beautiful casino now, and it's near Resort World. Gorgeous. They broke ground and started building this 20 years ago, right, Chase? And they had to stop it because of in 2008, because of the financial crisis, 2009. And then they had to stop it in 2020 because of the pandemic, right? But now it's open. And there you go, Mark. And that's America. That's what we do. We come back, we go down, we get delayed, but we don't stop. We keep going forward, no matter what. And that's what Guru does. That's how I got to this position I'm at now. You don't give up. You find out, how can I be better? And you get the job done, right? So we got the Raiders at home. We're going to take them 100% on the money line. And then we're going to take Vancouver, on the puck line. And they're at home today against Florida. Now, Florida cost me a 3-teamer 2 days ago. So now we have the puck line. They beat them earlier this year. So we can lose by a goal and still win. And we're going 75% on that and 25% on the money line. So Guru always balances his bets. He puts the majority of the money on the higher probability position and then a smaller amount on the money line, which is a more aggressive bet, but that will accelerate your ticket a lot higher and greater. Now, today we have the Raiders are a small favorite. That is the money line. There's nothing we can do. We could lay the points, but we're not going to. Why? Because it's going to cost us more to buy it down. And yes, we can do that. And by the way, Gurus, you can do that. This is what I'm doing today. Lay the points and bet the money line. You want to protect it. You have to remember the Raiders. I had Minnesota last week in LA. In Vegas. I took the money line Minnesota. They are -3 on the road. They went to 3. I laid the money. So they won, but they won by 3, which means if I didn't bet the money line, they would have pushed and I wouldn't have made anything. So here's my prediction, gurus. I'm in the business. This is what I do for a living. Prediction is the Raiders won't score no points today. Right? See? They got no points last game. They lost by 3. 3-0. Right? And I didn't have them. And it's a good thing I didn't have them, or I'd be getting in their shit today. But I did take Minnie and I won. But Minnie's second road game on a short week with a third string quarterback, apparently, that they're going with. And that's good because we're going to take the Raiders in this spot. The Raiders have had a fairly tough schedule. You can't blame them for what they've done. They're winning. This coach is bringing new blood into the team. And that's what they needed. They won their first 2 games. They're excited. I had the Jets their second game. They beat me. And they deserve a lot of credit. And then they went on the road and competed against Miami. Right? And then they had to come home and play the Chiefs. They're not going to win that game. They're not. So, and then the last game was another playoff contending team. And they battled them. 3-0 is a horrible offensive output, but it's an incredible defensive output. And you have to look at that. So I think we get the money with the Raiders. I'm not really worried. They lost earlier to the Chargers. They'll be very motivated for this game. And this is an interesting one, right? So when you go into San Diego, when you go into LA and you watch the Chargers, there's always more fans of the other team. And that's actually true in the case of some of the Raider games out here, maybe more than I'd like to believe. So what do they do today? Right, Chase? So you can't have more fans coming to the Raider game. They can't get them to come to the Charger games at home. Now, the Raiders are I believe we're going to represent. You're going to say, why, Guru, why don't you go to the game? I'm going to the new casino. I'd rather be there. Not that I'm not a Raider Nation fan, but I get more out of being around people I can talk to. I'm in a large stadium, probably catch China virus again. I don't want to do that. Remember last year or 2 years ago, you had to get a shot to go to a Raider game. Yeah, you knew I wasn't going then, right? And now you don't have to, but you're probably going to be sick. And David, our own CEO of Main Stage, isn't here. He's sick. Who knows if he has China virus? He never had it. Maybe he finally got it. Oh, it's called the B27514ZZ Top. That's the name of the new virus, right? So anyway, we got the Kings, and the Kings have been good to us. They're at home today against the Oklahoma City, who's a very good team, Oklahoma City. They're a young team, but the Kings are an excellent home team. The last time we bet the Kings at home, they got us the money. We're going to stay with them. Guru remembers who gets us the money. He remembers. And those teams, that generally means certainly we had an advantage in the game. And generally that lasts a little while. But let's hope that it lasts through today. This team plays very well against Oklahoma City. Now, the spread is small, and it looks easy. I want to tell all my gurus out there that nothing's easy here. Nothing. Matter of fact, it's very difficult. I've been doing this a long time, and you need a guide. You need a guide like Guru to help you out. And that's why I'm here. I'm going to make you better, right? And I want you guys to comment on the show. And if you have information, share it with the gurus out there. Remember, when you share information, you're sharing it with me, and I share it to my gurus who are watching. That's it. We're here to network and make more money. We're here to win, to network. So if you got information from locally, share it with us. And if I believe it can help me, I'll share it, and I'll share it anyway because you're sharing it. So it's news. News matters. Now, what news matters? I've already had this discussion with you guys. We're not fake news here at Sports Guru Vegas' show. We make the news. We don't read it. We make it, right? We predict it. We have to predict the future. That's what we're doing here. We have to be good enough to make sure you're competing, and you have been. Last couple days, I had a little battle. We've lost some equity. That's a fact. But we're going to get it back, and we should. Basically, we need to get it back today. I have 3 round robins. We just went over the first one. Raiders money line, 100%. Vancouver, 75-25. What does that mean? That means you put 75% on the puck line, 25 on the money line. And then the Sacramento Kings are 1.5. You just buy that to money line. You don't lay that. You buy the money line. There's 1 round robin. We have 2 more. Okay, let's get to the next one. This show is about games first. We have to focus on winning. That's it. That's the show. Got to win. So the next round robin is as follows. Portland is at home against Utah in the NBA. And Utah played yesterday, so we're going to take Portland, and we're going to play the money line again. This is another 100% money, -3. And it could be a close game, so we want to eliminate that spread. Yes, we're giving up juice. We're giving up value, but we want to win. We don't want to mess around here. We need to win. And sometimes, you got to give up some value to win, to cash the ticket. Now, they could win by 8, 10, 6, whatever, and cover, and you'd win on the -110. And gurus, I've already said this, like every show, do that if you want. This is a guide for you. This is what Guru's doing. I'm your guide, but certainly you can veer off and do what you need to do for yourself. And make sure you bet what you're comfortable with. We all have, that's our responsibility, all of ours, mine, yours. We want to be here for the long term. I've been doing this for almost 30 years. If I put all my money on one game or for a week and I lose, that's it. I can't participate. I can't win. So we have to be responsible with that. So the second, okay, we got Portland, Edmonton. This team's been good to the Guru. I've hit 3 games in a row with Edmonton. Now they're a little higher today priced against a traditionally very good team, Tampa Bay, and this is hockey. But we're going to stay with Edmonton because they've been winning for us, and they're very good at home. They've been winning at home. They've won 8 in a row, by the way. We're going to play that streak. Do I play streaks? No. That doesn't mean I won't. I look at a lot of things. They're playing well. They got a lot of momentum. They're excited. They're like Guru. They're excited to play and win, and Guru's excited to wake up, do his show, and help you Gurus win. That's what I'm here for. And then we're going to go with the Minnesota Wild. Interesting thing is 2 of these teams have new coaches, Edmonton and the Wild. And you'll notice in hockey, that's more, that happens a lot more. They change coaches a lot more in this sport mid-year than any sport. I've seen that. And you just got to adjust to it. That's all. Sometimes the team gets better. In the case of Edmonton, they've improved. And in the case of the Wild, they've improved. And, I don't know about you guys, but, I used to be in my own business, and I used to do a lot of high schools and youth programs, and I'd make them hats. They used to call me the Hat Man. And I'd make hats with the school logo and the name on the back and number. And they did well. The kids really loved them. And I remember I did so many. I've been all over the country. And I remember the coaches. I really started learning about coaches a lot and why some coaches are successful and why some aren't. And, it's very simple, right? If you have a plant, so let's say you have a plant and each person has the same plant, call it a tree, okay? And you plant the seed. Everyone plants the seed on the same day. They have the same climate and environment. Whoever nurtures that plant, that seed, and then the plant, and then the tree, whoever does everything they need to make sure they have a good plant and tree, fertilizers, if that's what you use, whatever it is, that tree is going to be successful. And what do plants and trees always do, gurus? They always bear fruit or medicine or both, right? In the case of food, food is medicine. If you eat it right, if you eat the right foods, it's medicine, gurus. So you nurture your kids, you're going to have good kids 90% of the time. There's a few that fall through the cracks, but for the most part, you're going to have solid kids. Those are the coaches that win, the ones who raise their plants and kids the best, right? That's the best metaphor I can use. Coaching is critical. That's why the coach for Louisville must be fired. What if you were on the Louisville Cardinals? You dreamed about it as a kid. Your dad's my age or 10 years younger. And he says, one day, son or daughter, we're going to put you in the University of Louisville and you're going to play basketball on the biggest stage in college. And you're going to lose to Arkansas State at home. That's what you're going to do in front of alumni, all this, and cheerleaders who come out, a band. They don't expect to lose. Are you kidding me? How do you motivate your team? What do you tell the AD and the president? Don't worry, we'll beat Kentucky in the interstate rivalry. Sure you will. You maybe only lose by 30. You're not going to win. You're going to suck this year. You're already 0-1 in conference. You're going to be garbage. That's 100%. So the second one, we have the Portland money line, Utah on a back-to-back. Edmonton playing Tampa. Tampa used to be a great team. This is a big game for Edmonton. Tampa's got a lot of tradition, great coach. They're going to be ready for this game. They better come out and play well. And it'll be interesting to see how the money's a little high, but I played it anyway. 170 on 165, I'll take it. They've been winning for us gurus. They've been helping us cash. And then the Wild, this is our first game betting on them in a while. Calgary has a new coach as well. So this team's been struggling. We cashed against the Knights. We had the Knights against them a couple days ago at home. We won that handily. And so we're going to stay betting against them. And then, so we have the Portland money line, second round robin, Edmonton money line, Wild. All money lines are all, if you average all three of these, it's about 140, which is a good number, gurus. You can make money when you have value. So if you're laying a round robin and you have money lines that are $3, $2.50, and $3, you're never going to win. And you could say, yeah, but guru, those games are locks. Right now, they're not. If they were, I'd be betting them. You have to have value to make money. So not only do you have to pick enough winning bets, you have to have the value to support them so that you make some money. That's how you win in sports betting. I've been doing this a long time, gurus. And we need to really sweep the board today. We have 9 games. I'll be honest, 11-0 is the best I've done in over a year in one day. But this is 9. This is quite possible. And then maybe we'll do it today. You don't know. That's the beauty of sports wagering. You never know which day you're going to hit big. We love this. We wake up for this. And we need to have a good day today. We really do. And we've had 2 days. We've lost some money. We went 2-2 2 days ago. 1-3, 2-1 yesterday. So we need to have a good day today, gurus. That's it. And I spent the time to make that happen. There's not a lot of college basketball right now. And we're good in college. We've been winning in college. We've won every week in the NFL. I'm actually going to do an inventory research on that. This is only our fourth week. So you haven't even gotten the NFL because we don't do the show on the weekends. I finally did a show last Sunday for 30 minutes, and we had a winning day Sunday. We hit a 3-teamer. We went 2-1 on another and 1-2 on another. Somehow Atlanta lost. We'd had a big day if Atlanta wins. And they didn't give them the fumble. They fumbled in overtime. No, excuse me. They fumbled Tampa Bay, and they never reviewed it and let them keep the ball. Forget it. We know what happens in the NFL sometimes. No one's surprised by that. We have to overcome that. So the last one, Chase, let's put this up for our East Coast players. Cleveland, they just played recently. Boston, Boston's hasn't lost a home game all year, the Celtics. And I think I saw 11-0. Well, we know that's not going to last. They can lose, and they can lose to this team. Cleveland, they're a good team. Now, I don't know if Mobley's out. We'll have to see if he's back. They need him. He's 6'11", 7-footer with a lot of agility, and they need him. But if they don't have him, they're going to play hard. They just lost. They're back in the Garden again, and they're getting a lot of points. 9's a good amount of points. They got a couple all-stars on their team, and they need to play well tonight. They lost by 11 last game, so that's not today. They're on a back-to-back, I believe. So they got some rest this game, and let's see how they perform. I think we'll cover. So that's why we went 80-20 on that, on the spread in the third round robin. The next game is the Detroit Red Wings. We're going to take them at home, and most of that's on the puck line. And we have a little bit on the money line. Each year, Carolina was a very good team last year. Are they going to be this year? They could be. They're not so far. Detroit can win this game. They play them well at home. Maybe, they get the puck line here. Or maybe they win outright. Again, this could be our day, gurus. We have a very good day. It's quite possible. Always. I'm always competing. And that's why we're ahead. And we got to be ahead, we have to start winning now these games. That's it. To maintain our position, our equity position. That's it. So the next game after that is the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are a young team. Now, why did I bet the Blackhawks today? Because Seattle's minus 240 on the money line. And Seattle's way down from last year. Now, they just won. Okay, they just beat me. I had Florida against them, and they crushed Florida. They did. We lost 4-0, I believe, in that game. That's a blowout. So, does that mean they're going to blow out the Blackhawks? They could. But the money line, the minus 240 for Seattle was way too high. We're going to take the Blackhawks, and they got some young talent, one of the best young players in hockey, 18 years old. The name escapes me. I have so many games I'm doing. I can't remember everyone's names. I could write it down. He's got to earn his name. Guru earned his name. I've been living in Vegas since 98. Guru had to go out and earn his name. Everyone knows my name on the strip that bets. I've been doing this for a long time, helping people, picking big games. And that's how you that's how you get remembered. So I'm doing this show, gurus, because this is going to be my legacy. I've been doing this a long time, and it's more difficult than it's ever been. I know there's a need for good information. Who are my competitors? Really nobody. The only competitors I have are handicappers, and most of them don't have a show. Most of them just bet privately, or they work for a tout service, and some of them are good. and I hope you find some. But you're going to spend money on them. Mine's free, and I'm as qualified, if not more, than all of them. And you'll find that out. Time is the only way to find out the true quality of an individual or company. Time. Because in any short period, are there handicappers that have outperformed Guru in the last 4 weeks? Of course there are. I'm sure there are many, not a lot. I mean, I'm releasing a lot of games every day, Gurus. We had 7 yesterday. We have 9 today. I released 26 games over the weekend, and we made money between college, hockey, NFL. We made money. How many people can do that? And now we're going to make money again. It comes like it's like any investment, but sports is different than putting your money in a high yielding dividend stock or a company with a low dividend that crawls. They call it what do they call that? Inheritance stocks, inheritance companies, right? Where you just get left the stocks. That people own them from the time they're kids. They get handed down generation to generation. Those are always there. They've never gone bankrupt. I don't believe any of those companies have. But they do go up and down as you watch them in their yearly charts, depending on the markets. We know the markets have been crazy since the pandemic, right? It's been crazy. Now the market's up. The market's higher than it's ever been. It's at 37 plus thousand. So if you're in the Dow, you're making money again. And you got to hope that lasts. We got 2 different wars starting, right? And I guess we're giving money to both countries, but now we don't want to do it. And I don't think we should give any money to anybody. Actually, we need to make America great again. You want to fight? Use your own resources. If you can't win, guess what? You lose. Sorry. We helped Vietnam. They lost anyway. What was that word? My dad got diabetes from their Agent Orange. So, that's life. That's the cycle of life, the cycle of the economy, the cycle of America. And we're citizens, but we have a lot of control, and we're not using that as citizens. So I started this show to take control back. I've been censored from Facebook. I'm still can get on there, but I'm always, they watch what I say, and who cares? Do it anyway. I don't stop. Look at my posts. Who cares? What are they going to do? Now I'm starting a show. You can't take me off anything. You could. Sure they can if I'm really go ballistic. I'm not going to do that. I'm here to win games. And I'm here to help you guys win bets. That's it. And yes, do I have a political agenda? You're damn right I do. I want to make America great again. And we will next year. But it starts with us, gurus. It starts with today. Today we make America great. We make ourselves better. So let's put up these games again then, Chase, for the viewers. We got the Raiders first. And the Raiders, Vancouver, and Kings. And because it's the Raiders, I would say increase your wager on it 10 to 20%. These positions are reasonable. There's a good reason. They're all at home. And in the end, gurus, home is where the heart is. All of our percentages come back at home. And they always do. And they will again. And so we're going to do the Raiders money line, Vancouver 80-20 money puck line, Vancouver 25%. So we think that game has a better chance of winning. And these are just estimates I'm giving you from my experience. And the Kings, they always beat the Thunder, and hopefully they'll do it again. They're at home. They beat them in Oklahoma City this year. And now they have them in their own village again. And they just pretty much beat them all the time. We need them to do that again. We won our last bet with Sacramento. So I like to come back with a team when we've won in the right spot, and that matters. It does. In college football, you'll see that more next year, Gurus. I like to stay with teams. And the reason why is when they make a number and you win that number. So I have an eye. I've been doing this a long time. And when I see a matchup and the numbers favoring my team and I bet and I win, that tells me that my instincts and my experience are correct. And usually those teams will keep winning. If you notice, you follow that. And you want to stay with these teams if they're in reasonable positions. UNLV is an example in college football. They have a new coach this year. They just played in the Mountain West Championship and lost because they're a young team still. They're just putting it all together. They had a home game at Allegiant Stadium, and they lost to Boise. Boise had a better team. But they had an excellent spread record, UNLV. They covered a high percentage, and I had them week 2. They covered after that almost every game until the very end. And I was on them for about 4 games. I didn't bet them every time, but I bet them most times, as many as I could. That's an example. And then the second one we'll put up, Chase, is Portland money line. Utah's on a back-to-back. They have some injuries. Hopefully they stay that way for this game. Portland's a very young team. And we had Portland the other night against the Clippers, getting 12, and they almost beat them outright. They battled that whole game. They have one of their best players back. Portland, that helps. They need to win tonight. They need to win because they can beat this team. And they're one of the lower teams, talent-wise and experience-wise. They need to win this game, and they usually do. So we're going to bet them also. Edmonton, we've been winning with lately, right? They're at home against Tampa. They beat Tampa earlier. I have here. And they need to beat them again. Make sure that, yeah. Oh, no, it's a revenge. Forgive me. I was looking at, they lost earlier to Tampa. Forgive me on that, Gurus. So now they need to beat this team. That's not easy to do. But we're going to go for it in this game. Because we've been winning with Edmonton. They've won 8 in a row. They're hot. This was when he first took over the coach. Now he's got this team playing at a high level. So this is a big challenge for him personally. I think he's going to take this game. We'll see what they can perform. The number, I prefer a lower number. That could hurt us, but not today. That stuff hurts you long term, right? We win, we get less money back than if they were a better spread. But for today, it doesn't hurt us at all. We either win or we lose. Wild is another team that's playing better lately. They should beat on Calgary. Calgary's struggling. We had the Knights against them last week, a few days ago. We won. So again, staying with that concept, staying with that mentality, matching these teams up to favor us. We have to win today. We do. And then we go to the last one. We have Chicago's Cleveland's at Boston, getting 9. They just played recently. They're going to try. They're going to play harder. They want to win. They are professionals. They're paid well. They're paid a lot, and they still want to compete. It doesn't matter what you pay someone. It does, of course. But in the world of competitive athletics, because I played sports all my younger years, and then I competed into my 20s, pickup games, and we wanted to win. We didn't show up to lose. We weren't getting paid, but when a team would beat us, we'd play harder. And we would come back, and sometimes we couldn't win, but shit, they'd be tired, and they'd know we played. So that's the mentality we want to see with Cleveland tonight, right? We want to see them come back. We want them to perform, take this game very seriously. They're back in their village. They didn't change venues. Let's see what they got. Get 9. That's a lot of points in the NBA. in this matchup. And then the last one is the Red Wings. And Carolina's not the team they were last year. And, we're going to try to take advantage. Detroit's a tough town. Talk about overcoming adversity. The Detroit area is a tough place to make it. And, remember when the Pistons were the bad boys in the 90s. And it was a tough place to play. They kicked your ass when they played you. Ask Jordan. Jordan would go into the lane, they'd beat the shit out of him. And Jordan's the greatest player of all time in the NBA. And he's such a maniac and great player. He'd get up and go right back and do it again. Right? Those were the days when basketball was very profitable. I wasn't betting those days, but they were very profitable. My partner, Mark, told me that. And now it's a different game. The game is about the players. The players make the rules, if you will. They cater to the players. Back then, they catered to the teams and the owners. The players weren't compensated enough. They were asked to play longer than they should have. Some of the players, I remember watching Bill Walton sitting around a table with all his former players, and every one of them has a knee replacement, at least one, if not two, and a hip. So most of the people sitting around the table had joint replacement surgery because sports is hard on us, but we love it. Look at me. I can barely walk now. I played sports my whole life as long as I could. And I even tried golfing, and I got hurt too much from all the sports, so I had to quit that. And I can walk around enough. I'm going on the Strip tonight. I want to feel the energy of the Raider Charger fans. And I have the Raiders tonight. They need to win. They need to win. We bet them. They need to win. We have 3-round robins, Guru, I released. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. It's a free subscription. I want you to tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your groups, your coworkers, certainly anyone who loves betting sports, because we all need guidance. And I'm not here for a week. I'm here for as long as I can be. Hopefully a decade or more. I'll do this. Some of these guys on Disney ESPN, they've been around for a long time on, First Take, Stephen A. Then you have Get Up with Green. I saw a little of that this morning. And they've been around for over a decade. Look at the NFL Sunday morning countdown. That's been around for 20 years, forever. And we want to be a staple of news information, not news. We make the news. My podcast makes news. We don't read news. We make news. Big difference. You can't manipulate news that you're predicting in the future. You can only manipulate news that's already happened. You send it to your editors, they edit it, and then they try to manipulate the people watching. They're not going to have that here. We predict the future. We don't even know. We have no news. We're predicting it. That's the difference. That's why I started this show. You can't confuse me with these other goons. They don't know what they're doing. They talk about what happened. That's mostly what they do. Anyone can do that. I'm predicting what hasn't happened. That's the hardest thing you can do. And that's the challenge here, gurus. But Guru's up for the challenge. He wakes up every day. He challenges the book. I have Mark helping me with these games. You have to have help. A lot of information. You have to be able to filter it and know what matters. So we gave you 3-round robins. Now, you know what? I want to come on this show tomorrow and say we hit 2 of them. We need to get those profits up again. So get them in, gurus. Mix your own bets. I don't care how you do it. Let's just win today. I need to win today, period. I'm getting a little pissed. And I took my anger out on that Louisville coach because I should. There's no way he's supposed to lose. He cost me a 3-teamer. It's a fact. And they're going to have a horrible year as a result of hiring this individual. I hope you're happy. That's on you, not Guru. Guru moves on. Our company and viewers, we move on. We bet the next team. So, another solid show. We got it. Let's get some good results. I'm going to go to the strip, feel that energy. I want to represent Raider Nation, wear my gear like I did today. I love this city. I love the Raiders because they're in my city. I'm supposed to do that. I want to do that. Brady's 5% owner, and he should be. And that's why they're going to win another ring eventually. They will soon. I believe that. So I want you guys to stay with Guru 5 days a week. We have the Raiders tonight. I'm going to shoot a show on Sunday, half hour for the NFL for you gurus. We got the most views at Chase. The most views were on Sunday, by the way, Chase, for the show. So we're going to stay with that. And let's win today. And I want you to come back tomorrow. We have a big weekend coming up Saturday. I'll talk about that for the college basketball. The NFL has 3 games tomorrow. We're going to talk about that and get those out there for you guys. And there's going to be a full board of hockey and basketball. So we win tonight. Let's keep the momentum going through the weekend. And we need to keep cash. And we got to cash. We got to make it rain, gurus. And it starts today. So get it done. Thanks for being with Guru. Come back tomorrow at noon. We have a lot to talk about. Today's games and the weekend. Thank you for being with us today on the show. Thank you for your subscription. We need a lot more. We only need about 1 million to start. We get it done. And I'm counting on you gurus to spread the word. Give me the subscribers I need to make this show successful so I can reach a lot of people. I need to pay people and myself eventually. So thank you for watching and come back tomorrow. God bless you and I love you.